Welcome to the warm-up show, which is a web series which talks about sports in general. And today we are talking about the AFCON 2021, which is going to hold in Cameroon from the 9th of January to the 6th of February 2022. And with me here is Armstrong, popularly known as Mbami Kitwit. We'll be talking about the draws which just held, and we'll also be talking about welcoming all the other delegations to Cameroon. Good day, Armstrong.
Good day, Raymond, and good day to every person watching us this afternoon. And you're welcome to Cameroon for the AFCON.
So we are here at the Olembe Sports Complex. It's a mighty stadium, very, very large, 60,000 places. I think it's one of Cameroon's best architectural jewels. And we can safely say that Cameroon is ready to host the Nations Cup.
Exactly, Cameroon is ready to host the Africa Cup of Nations, to receive all of Africa, because if you want to get into the infrastructure, if you look at Olembe Stadium on its own, it's at the finishing level, and we are already getting ready to receive its first encounter. And come 9th of January here, when Cameroon will be receiving Burkina Faso, we are in for an entertaining show.
So how did you see the draw ceremony?
The draw ceremony was fantastic. It was explosive, mind-blowing, magnificent. Any beautiful adjective you can use, because Cameroon was able to showcase what it has to the whole world, and one thing again is that the whole world's actually waiting for Cameroon, you know. So Cameroon really brought in what the whole world was waiting for.
What did you make of the constellation of stars that we had yesterday? The Eto'os, the Drogba. Don't forget that Eto'o gave us that draw.
Yeah, when you read on the internet, every person says Eto'o's hand is a hand of luck. They call Eto'o's hand the hand of luck. But apart from that, I love the fact that the new team, the Patrice Motsepe team, is bringing in former African glories, or let me call them the glories of the former days, because they are the glories. They are still alive. They are with us, and they are integrating. And you could see even they even had their little conversation during the little confrontation during the various interviews, where Elijah Diouf had to say Senegal is the best team. Everybody was expecting. Then Rigoberto had to remind him of 2002 that he wasn't running very fast on the pitch, and it's because there was a better lion behind him. So we could already, from there, you can already understand the ambience that is already building up. From when you follow again the various press interviews on the international various stations, you understand that every person is waiting for this particular Nations Cup.
I think we have to remind everyone that there are 6 stadia and 5 host cities. There is Yaoundé, which we have Olembe, where we are currently in, and the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium. We have Douala with Japoma Stadium. We have Limbe with the Limbe Omnisport Stadium. We have Bafoussam with the Kwekong Stadium, and Garoua with the Rumde Adja Stadium. So how did you make up? What did you make of the groups? I mean, from Group A to Group F. What did you make of the draws?
Oh, the draws is quite balanced. We would have at least 2 teams standing out from the rest, but I think that in a 24-man tournament, the first thing that we should know is that we now have the opportunity for many more countries to participate in the AFCON, because at the level of 16, some countries were limited. That is why this time around we can have countries like Comoros, the Gambia, Sierra Leone, Ethiopia, and Ethiopia is part of the delegation who will be playing out here in Yaoundé. We are getting straight into the groups. But before getting into the groups too, the various host cities, the various delegations will be wowed by what they will find here. Already from what the report that we got from Chan, we already sure that they will be wowed by what. But when we get straight into the Group A, the group of Cameroon, which is Cameroon, Burkina Faso,
I was already
Ethiopia,
getting to that.
And Cape Verde Island. It's a group that Cameroon can easily get and get the points. You know, it gets you just with the 24-man competition, it gets you just 3 points to go out of the group. But we will not be contented with that as Cameroonians, because we are on our home soil and we are expecting just the best from our indomitable Lions. That is part of the pressure that they would have. So the opening game here, Cameroon Burkina Faso, will be the same opening game as in 1998. And you remember what happened on that day. So Burkina Faso will be coming in with a lot of revenge. You know, they'll be coming in with a lot of revenge, because on their home turf we had to win them. So they want to pay us back in our own coin. But I know our indomitable lions will not let us down. When we come over to Ethiopia, at the level of Ethiopia, you know, they construct their team a lot from their from their league, which is a very consistent league with teams like St. George, which that's one of the biggest teams. But now we are talking about Ethiopia coming from the high altitude areas in Addis Ababa and playing down here in Yaoundé.
In low altitude?
In low altitude. So it might play on them, but I know that by 1 month before the competition, they'll be here for acclimatization and all the like, and they'll be ready to show Africa that their qualification was not by chance.
What of the revenge match, Cameroon versus Cape Verde?
That is the biggest one. Remember that Cameroon did not go to the 2013 African Cup of Nations because of the Cape Verde Island. And now Cameroon is hosting Africa here. And the last game that Cameroon lost heavily was against Cape Verde in 3-1, forgetting about the windy conditions out there. But now, Cape Verde, as in French, let me put it in quote, la bête noire of Cameroon. But Cameroon here in Cameroon, as I would love to say it, when I looked at the trophy during the presentation, when I looked at the trophy, I said the trophy is home to stay. Because I did not want to use the same thing like other countries where they say it's coming home. It's not coming home. The trophy is home to stay. And that's for sure.
Do you think that the coach, Antonio Conceição, needs to add some elements for us to have a competitive team come January 9th?
One thing, Raymond, at this moment, I would not like to be in Antonio Conceição's shoes, because Cameroon has about 50,000 players who are all expecting to be in that 22-man squad for the AFCON, because it's a home AFCON. So there are various compartments that he needs to reinforce. The first thing I'm going to say is he should get the best. He should get the best in each compartment, because at the moment we have about 6 goalkeepers who could all be first choice. And let's not forget that Onana is coming back in November. And I'm sure that by the time he's coming back, he'll be very consistent. And so in all of these 6 goals, the Omosolas, even even Simon of Olympique de Marseille, you know, all of these guys will be expecting to be within the goalpost at the African Cup of Nations. And when we get to the defensive compartment, for me, that should be the most. That should be the area where he works on most, because the best way to win a match is not to concede a goal. And if we can get a consistent back line, a very good partnership, because at the moment I think it's like we are still looking for somebody to partner very well with Gandhi Ngaju, because it's like Gandhi Ngaju is our best defender for now. Because we've tried out the Castellettos, Mukudi and all the like. So I don't know, maybe between now and December, thank God we have the World Cup qualifiers between, which means that we'll have about 4 to 6 competitive competitions to play before the World Cup, which means that by then the coach will know exactly, because a World Cup qualifier is already into the World Cup, so he'll be always going into the matches with the best 11. So by then we'll know who to use and who not to use.
So are there any things we can expect? Cameroon, Malawi, Cameroon, Ivory Coast. Any expectations?
For now, let's go past the first round. By the time we go past the first round, it's a whole new ball game, because you could make mistakes during the first round and you say there's a next match. But by the time you get into the second round, it's a knockout stage. In 2019, we saw the shock in Egypt. Egypt breezed past the first round, went into the second round, and we all saw what happened against South Africa. So let's go past the first round, get a cool head, because it could still happen to any country. It's football, it's played on a level turf, 11 against 11. By the time we get into the second round, we start taking care of the people in the second round.
So that's how we are building up towards the AFCON, which is going to hold in Cameroon, 9th of January till 6th of February. Don't forget to always take the rendezvous with this channel. Make sure you like and subscribe.